are loud and they're rowdy. That's something that swim meets have always been for me. So we're going to start with a chant today. So I want you guys to repeat after me, all right? Swimming!
Swimming
Is
not
just
for
fishes!
fishes.
Swimming is not just for fishes!
Swimming is not just for fishes.
So when you guys get down or you're cold or whatever, just repeat that mantra in your head. Swimming is not just for fishes. We can swim too. That's something that we've been blessed to do with our bodies by God. So I'm Mike Oldak. You already know me. I've been swimming since I was 3 to 13. My dad swam at ASU and made some Olympic trials cuts. So swimming's a big part of my background. I grew up teaching swim lessons at my local pool. So that's some of the history that I have from swimming.
I'm Caitlin. I actually have no significant swimming experience in my past, but I decided to sign up for this group because it's something that I wanted to be good at and I wanted to learn more about. So I figured, why not just teach it? Because I think the best way to learn things is when you are in situations where you have to teach it.
I'm Jenna. I swam when I was a kid. I grew up by the ocean, and so swimming has always been an enjoyable part of my life. But then in high school, I learned that it was actually a sport I could play, and got into swimming and just fell in love with it, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So now I do it for exercise, but yeah, I love to swim.
I'm Patrick. I never swam competitively, but I swim sometimes when I'm injured and I can't run. It's a good way to get cardio in with low impact.
So we sat down, we talked about our priorities, our objectives, and really worked through language and specific language that we had in those objectives that we hope for you guys in these next 4 class periods. So I'm going to read those off because the specific language is important. Right? So the first is this: build comfortability, confidence, and competence in the water. The second is basic understanding and ability to perform freestyle, breaststroke, and backstroke swimming. And the third is enjoy time in the pool now and possibly in the future. So today, especially, we're going to be focused on the first 2, which is building confidence and comfortability in the water. And the second is building some of those basic skills like freestyle.
Great, so we have, I know you guys already did one pre-assessment, but this is a pre and then eventually a post-assessment of kind of what we touched on with those objectives. So you'll get the paper. On one side it says pre-assessment at the top, on the back side it says post-assessment. So make sure you're filling out the side that is pre-assessment, and also write your name on it so that we can give it back to you at the end of the time, at the end of the 4 sections, and then we can see your progress. So just fill that out. We're passing a bag of pens around, and then as soon as you're done, I'll give them back to us. Done? It's the same. Do you want a new one? You can put your name. That's yours. That's yours. Yeah. Yes, please. Please put your name on it.
Oh. Did you get a new one?
There you go, Jenna.
He's scarred now. I could have died.
One of them doesn't work.
Yeah.
Rip.
Oh, sad. Okay, everyone finish? Yeah.
Perfect. So before we get into the water, I just want to give a precaution safety warning. If at any time any of you feel slightly uncomfortable or at ease, Feel free to exit the pool if you're able to, and if not, just let us know or let Amarillis know, and we will be able to help you. Please, yeah, just let us know if you are uncomfortable, if you need help, or you're injured at any time at all.
All right.
Does anyone have any questions before we get to the pool?
All right, go ahead and go get your swim ready. That means your goggles good, but you're ready to swim. And then come over and jump in the pool in the shallow end.
Yeah.
Get to a place where you're spread out, you have enough room for yourself. Not bumping up next to another person. Water orientation. So, good. I just saw Tyler do something that's really good. If you're cold, the best thing you can do actually is submerge yourself. Because that way your body is fully in the water and it's feeling the full sensation. You're going to adapt very, very, very much.
Can you guys hear back there?
You can scoot this way. Some of you guys scoot this way.
Scoot this way.
Some scoot this way. Okay. Straight out, straight out. So, water orientation. Listen up, guys. The first thing we're going to do is face in the water. So this is to get you guys comfortable with putting your face down in the water and blowing a steady but slow stream of air out of your nose. This is a important skill for moving forward, yeah?
Can you be louder, please? Sorry.
Yeah, I can be louder. Okay, so first thing is water orientation. Go ahead and put your goggles on, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our face down in the water and blow a steady stream of bubbles out of our nose. Okay, so Patrick is going to demonstrate for me. See the little bubbles coming out of his nose? That's what we're looking for. So this is an important skill so you don't get water coming back up into your nose and get that terrible sensation in your nose of water up there, okay? So without further ado, good job, Pat, you're good. So you guys can go ahead and do this at your own speed. So go ahead, put your face in the water, blow bubbles for 10-ish seconds, come back up, take another breath, and do that again. Good. Do a couple reps of that.
There could be little bubbles too. It doesn't have to be like expiring all of your
Yes. It can be a nice slow stream. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be a skill that's going to be used when you're doing freestyle eventually, so keep this skill in your memory bank. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to sit underneath the water, completely underneath the water, blowing bubbles out of our nose and holding our breath. So what you're going to do is you're going to go underneath the water and you're going to slowly let out bubbles through your nose and let yourself sink to the ground. Once you're out of air, come back up. And Caitlin's going to demonstrate that for us. Good. Bubbles coming up. Perfect. That's great. All right, we're going to do 2 reps of that. So go ahead and get started. Goggles on, underneath the water. Okay. Once you come up, stay up. Good job. Once you come up, stay up. Brendan, he's a pro. He's doing great. Look at that work. Yes, Brendan.
More.
All right. So that's some water orientation work. So you guys get comfortable with your face in the water, being underwater. That's a better way to work with the water is being comfortable, putting your face in it, seeing through the goggles. And so our next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on floats. And Caitlin's going to come up here and she's going to float. That being said, blowing bubbles out of your nose is going to be something that we use, especially when you're on your front in the water. When your face is down in the water, you're going to be blowing out that slow stream, not running out of oxygen, but just keeping water from getting up in your nose.
Perfect. So the next thing we're going to work on is independent floats. So we're going to practice floating on our back and on our front. This is just to get you, again, comfortable with the water and comfortable with floating in the water. Also so that let you know how to do this once we eventually will move to the deep end throughout the next couple of days that we are teaching. So before we begin, I'm going to talk verbally and explain what we're doing, and have Patrick and Jenna demonstrate for me. So basically, you guys, once I'm done, will get in partners, and this is so that one person is able to physically support the other person, as well as give feedback so that they know what they're doing. So for our back float, we are going to begin by imagining your body as a seesaw. So you want the seesaw to be straight. So in other words, if your head goes up, your feet are going to go down, and if your head goes down, your feet are going to go up. So your goal is to keep that balanced. And in order to do that, I'm going to give you a couple cues that you can remember as you're practicing. So the first one is to always remain relaxed. It's easier if you kind of think of yourself as a starfish. So when you're on your back, you can just kind of lay there and not tense up. If you tense up, it is a little bit harder than if you are relaxed. And another thing for the back flow is that you press your belly button to the sky and imagine someone is pulling your belly button up. So I'll give you a couple of seconds or minutes to pair up with somebody and to practice the back float. And when you are, so Jen and Patrick are going to demonstrate. The partner is able to physically support the back and the neck while you get comfortable learning how to float. And once you are comfortable learning how to float, you can practice on your own so that you don't need a partner. So yeah, I will give you guys a couple minutes to pair up and to practice your back.
Float on top of stuff.
I'll go very soft and kick because you're so strong down here. So you're this part of my you just do a light little kick like this. It'll stay up for much longer. That's just an advanced thing because
Holding your butt.
good. I'm trying to take a couple breaths and stay up.
This is way easier than I don't know how many times.
Remember to imagine how you want that seesaw straight.
When you're doing it, almost feel like you're
I do too. Okay.
and that'll put your lips up.
Lift your belly button up.
Just relax and breathe. Try to push your hips. There we go. Try to lift your hips. I won't drop you. I won't drop you. You're going to be moving. I don't want to. Okay, relax your shoulders. Yeah, there you go. Well. Good. And really take your head back. Lift your belly button. But it'll help your
Have you tried fluttering that?
No, I'm not.
You can try that.
Keeping
Your head back and your belly button to the sky.
Lift your hips up if you can. Oh, beautiful, Amanda. Relax your shoulders. And you can use your arms in the water.
Is it working?
Go back and forth.
Is that working?
It was like pretty parallel.
Do you like waterfall too?
You wouldn't have done anything, no problem. Thank you.
Whoa! I was so
Hey, you guys got it?
And then I took a shot, and then the guy who starts the wall.
You guys.
I love water.
That's really good. So you're really fit. So the things that happen.
Alright guys, we're going to come back together to practice our front float. So hopefully you guys each had a chance to work on your back float and to remind yourself of the cues to help you with that. So now we are going to progress to a front float, which is slightly more difficult than a back float because you will be floating essentially on your stomach and your face will be in the water. So for this one, it'll help to have your arms in front of you. Again, to remember to relax at all times. And again, to remember that you are a seesaw and you want to be straight. So this time you're going to imagine your belly button being pressed down or pulled down to the bottom of the pool rather than up to the sky. So as you can see, Jenna has her arms in front of her and she looks, not tense, she's relaxed. And so the role of your partner then is to come along and side you and support your stomach or your legs or even your arms just to help you get the feeling of floating, and then from there you can work on it independently. So does anyone have any questions before we work on a front float? Also, if at any time you are uncomfortable having your face down into the water, just remember you can push your feet down and stand right back up. So you don't need to panic or worry about that.
Make sure you're blowing those bubbles out of
Yes,
your nose.
and
that we
use,
practiced
use
earlier.
Michael's water technique. So I'll give your eyes a couple of minutes to work on your front floats. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You got it.
He's a rock.
Front flip.
Oh, front. Come on. You guys will tell me how she's saying
Okay, remember?
I'm gonna come up with this.
Oh, this is good. Oh, nice one. You're too advanced.
No, it's good.
Any questions?
Hold it. Okay, please, you guys remind me. As you're floating, like move your eyes. Sometimes I like to swim and then I'm like, I'm barely moving.
You'll see. So, something you can do to combat that is just kick very slowly.
Yeah.
So, like this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you can side off.
So, if you do that, you're running there slowly, you won't sink as much. How you guys doing? You guys good? You guys know how to float?
I can't back
Back floating is actually harder.
I can't keep my legs up.
Yeah, so here's a technique. If you kick slightly on your back, and you really push those hips up, that'll keep your body more on the surface. We have a top kicking method, so but something that we'll talk about.
This whole thing!
How'd you guys do?
Super relaxed. So now we're going to move from independent floats to kicking, and from here Michael's going to teach you how to use full edge kicking so that we can progress into doing actual strokes.
Alright, so I want you guys to come this way and spread out along this side of the pool. So if you're more comfortable in the deep end, go to the deep end. If you're not more comfortable, just stay over here by the shallow end. I'm going to let you judge. Get some space for yourself. Very good. So I want to take you guys back to the memories that you guys have of swimming. Whether it's swimming itself or watching oftentimes show Olympic swimming, so I don't know what you guys are familiar with, but I want you guys to think back to especially the kicking of swimming. And the kicking of swimming is something that's generated from the hips. And it looks kind of like this. Off and down straight with their feet, like going like this. So what you're going to do here on this exercise is hold on to the wall, try and get yourself all the way straight out as if you were in a float but you're still holding on. And I want you to practice kicking. Generating power from the hips, pointing the feet, and I want you to kick, stop, look around at people who are also kicking, and then begin again. And I'm going to stop you guys when you're done. So go ahead and start that. Straight out. Try and bring your legs up. Your hips to the surface. You want to be kicking right on the top. Alright.
with the camera splash. Oh, I see.
So what Kate did a really good job of was she kept her legs up on the top of the surface, and you could see the force that she was generating by the bubbles that she was creating in the back. So Kate, go ahead and show us what you're doing. Yeah, see that straight power. So let's go ahead and do another set. Everybody, straight out, kicking. Go ahead and go.
It'll help too to like
Alright, so that's the basics of kicking. We're going to move on now to some kickboard kicking. And Patrick is going to hop out and work with you guys on that. Does anyone have any initial questions about kicking?
So what was the last? I didn't hear the last thing you just said.
The last thing I said, Patrick is going to help with kickboard kicking. That's going to be our next step. Does anyone have any questions about the kicking on the wall, kicking motion in general? Okay.
I'm just gonna set these in front of you guys, but leave them alone for now.
Hang on, don't grab the kickboards yet.
Alright, so what Michael just taught us gave us a good idea of developing power using our hips, and now we're going to translate it over to the kickboard. But what's going to be different about this is we're not going to be creating a mountain of water when we're kicking. We're going to want to keep our feet, for the most part, under the surface to maintain leverage with the water to propel yourself forward. And another thing about the kickboards is you're going to want to hold it out in front of you, not be resting your weight on it, because then your hips are going to sink down into the water. And as Michael told us, the power of our hips. So you're going to want to have it out in front of you, pushing down, using your lats, as you would be if we were swimming with your arms. You're going to be activating those same muscles to mimic swimming, but we're isolating our legs, of course, to practice that kicking. So you're going to want to be maintaining pressure, not pushing it down under the water, but just maintaining pressure with your lats, which should lift your hips up so you can generate that power with your hips and have your toes pointed and feet under the water, propelling yourself forward. So now we're going to practice kickboard kicking across the pool. Just go to that wall, and we're going to watch you, and then
Patrick, do we have a model first?
Yeah, here. Throw me one. Alright. Did everyone see that?
That's how mine is.
So you're not going to be just resting on it. Out in front of you, pushing down. Yeah, go ahead. this every once in a while, but you're going to be able to propel yourself more if you're keeping your feet for the most part under the water. I know Michael's creating a big splash, but if you notice his ankles aren't coming above the surface of the water. They're staying under. He's just generating a lot of power. But it's not lifting his feet completely out of the water and like kicking down on the water. You should be pushing the water with your feet. So let's try that, keeping that in mind. Going back again.
Hey, Patrick. Can I change it?
Yeah, which one?
No, you just need that for a little bit. You know I'm very good about it.
So that was good, and just keep in mind maintaining pressure down on the board, using your hips to generate the power, not your knees. You're not kicking like this with your knees, it's coming from the leg. So keep that in mind. We're going to do 2 more.
And also, as you're going, a lot of you are like working really hard to hold your head up while you go, and it's causing your hips to drop more in the water. So the more relaxed you are with your head, you keep your chin in the water, it enables you to get your hips not to low.
And if you have goggles on, you can even practice putting your face down on the water, blowing those bubbles through your nose while you kick.
Yeah, again, it's kind of like you're a seesaw. So if your head is more up, your feet are going to be more down. So you want them more to be as straight as you can possibly be.
Any questions about that?
They're ready.
All right, go. That was good. I think the cue about keeping the chin in the water was helpful. I can see a lot of you put your head down that time. That was a lot better. Yeah, one more time.
See how fast you can go. Might need to scoot over more that less rough water. Good job.
All right. You guys look really good. Nice job. It's not easy. So the next thing we're going to do is put the kickboards up on the deck, and we're going to kind of progress this to the most difficult thing that we're going to learn today, which is treading water. And I know that some of you are like, treading water is no big deal. But for some of us, it's a pretty foreign concept. Like when you get in the water, you kind of like keep yourself up, but having an actual method for treading the water isn't something you might have learned before. So, to bring it back to like the basics, treading water is you keeping yourself up, and there's pretty much 2 main ways to tread water. There's many others, but we're going to focus on mainly 2. One of which is where both of your legs are doing the same thing at the same time in unison. And so that's just kind of like an easy way because you're doing the same thing with your legs and with your hands at the same time. The second way is the egg beater way that you may have heard of, which is where one leg is doing a motion while the other leg is doing the opposite motion. And you kind of create an old-fashioned egg beater in that sense. So we're going to start by staying on the edge of the pool, keeping one hand on the side so that you don't have to worry about your arms yet and being coordinated in that way. and we're going to practice the legs. So the main way I want you to practice legs, first we're going to do the 2-leg at the same time thing, and then we'll switch to trying the alternating legs. The basic concept is that you're kind of drawing a circle with your foot in front of you. So as you rotate your legs, you're going to bring your foot up first with your foot dorsiflex and flex your hip, and then you're going to draw the circle out. And as you go down, it's like you're stepping on like the gas pedal or something. So you're going to bring up, around, step down, and in. So Michael is demonstrating the egg beater style, but if you were to do both,
You can put on your goggles and see better if you want.
Go
Underwater.
Can you do both at the same time?
So this is not egg beater. And then this is egg beater.
So, alright, did everyone see him doing both at the same time like that? Let's just hold on to the wall with one arm, face one direction or the other, and practice that 2-legged circle drawing in the water.
One second.
Just to get a feel for it.
So we're gonna have to scoot down because the people in the shallow end aren't gonna be able to do that.
Okay.
So everyone scoot down. Scoot 4 feet. Tyler, please go to the other wall. That works. Keep scooting, keep scooting. And you guys just need to get deep enough that you can, not touch the ground while you're doing that. So you get. Let me know when.
All right.
Are you guys good there? Good. Can you toss me a pair of goggles so I can see what the light is doing?
Try to go out and really thrust the down to the bottom portion. Right. Nice job, guys. Now we're going to focus on the egg beater style, which is alternating your legs. And so in that same motion, you're going to do one and then the other, like we saw Michael demonstrate second. Okay? So try holding onto the wall and doing one and then the other leg in this kind of circular pushing motion. And now, one key part about the egg beater style is that as you're going around, it's more like you're sitting and you're doing it instead of like standing and trying to do it underneath you. It'll help you generate a lot more force with your actual leg as you sweep down with that motion.
Does anyone have any questions?
Does it matter how high your knees go?
I wouldn't say any much more than like how you would sit in it. So like not more than 90 degrees. Really gonna happen.
Still practicing?
You guys can stop if you feel like you have the hang of it. Yeah? Tired? Take a
Does
little
anybody
break.
feel like they don't have the hang of it and are just really confused?
Okay, cool. So, now we're going to add the arms and we're going to try it in the pool. So, how we use our arms for treading, it's kind of like you're spreading butter with your hands in the water. Okay, so you want your hands to be like paddles, so they move against the water, not just on the surface, but it's like a sweeping motion. Okay? So, if you feel pretty confident, feel free to let go of the wall, go in the middle of the pool, try the sweeping, and then use the egg beater or the double leg at the same time motion and apply it if that's you want.
guys want to break it down? So you can like just first practice your arm. Right. First practice getting one leg. Are your hands like this? It's kind of like going like this to get the water. It's like really good way to start to break it better.
What's that?
You kind of want to like push out.
Sweeping your arms.
Yeah.
At, like, not using the
And you can like practice one leg. I think the hardest part with the feet is like down the light. So it's like a lot of coordination going on. So it helps to kind of like break it down into each individual one.
Yeah.
What do you do there?
You like the single cell better?
Stood in the water and then played, but like
It's so fun. Like how?
okay.
How you doing? Yeah?
Yeah.
Not nine.
It's so we've done a lot already, so that's the hard part with simple to complex stuff in the water. I'm tired.
You want everyone to be practicing the sweeping,
Try practicing both.
butter spreading.
Yeah. And then if you can figure out what you feel more comfortable with, practice that one a little bit more, and you can use that throughout the rest of the time.
And Avery, it might help to move your hands a lot. I know. Yeah, smaller movements, but a little faster. I'm treading water? No. Did I wanted to.
Alright guys, if you're feeling good about that, maybe feeling a little tired, come back to the wall and we're going to do the next thing.
We want to do it.
Everyone's on this side of the wall, on this long side.
All right. We're going to split you guys up into teams of 4. So this is a team of 4. And then 2 of you guys go ahead and go down to that end. So 2 of you 4.
Right there.
And bring this. Go to practice your taking on the way down. Then you guys have boards. No, you guys stay here.
Alright, we're going to do so, we're going to switch up.
Yeah, come here. You guys are good.
And then grab 2 of your people.
You guys are on
bring
team
your
1.
with your backboards.
Let's hang out. Let's give me what you see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, you guys go down there. 2. Come to me. 1.
It's okay. Allison, or either way.
That's 2 people from team 2. That's what we're here.
Wait.
Brendan!
I got it.
Hey, Laura. Oh, my bad.
Are there 4 teams? Yeah, there should be. It's just us? Wait.
I can join a team.
Yeah, Jenna, be on team 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick and Adler?
Yeah.
One Patrick.
One more?
Yeah.
One more? One more. Alright, hey, team 2, scoot down this way. Team 2, scoot down a little bit, Team 3, scoot down a little as well. Team 3, scoot down. Team 3, scoot down a little bit. Scoot down a little bit. Oh, wait. This side will start.
I'll start.
I think that's like starting, yeah?
Yeah, this side will start.
Wait, do we have to watch the lines?
So you're going to swim to that end when you
Who's going first? It's in. Okay. I guess I'm going first.
All right. So remember to practice the kickboard kicking you learned. So you want to start like? You want to start?
Wait, I have a question.
Wait, we have a question over
Do
here.
we have to like touch the edge and then they just go? Or
Yeah, they go.
Yeah, touch the edge.
No, well, hey, if you want high five, you can.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna start you guys.
Wait.
Do a handshake.
And it's one person at a time,
Yes.
right? Not both people.
Yes.
Alright,
Who's starting?
So you're finishing here.
Second, fourth.
okay.
Are you starting?
Does everyone have everything figured out?
Yes.
Alright, swimmers,
Oh my
make your mark. Go!
I saw some questionable form over here. But they won nonetheless.
Alright. We're gonna hop out, grab your towels, and we're gonna sit in the sun for our conclusion. So maybe this corner back here. So just go ahead and hop out. Leave your kickboard by the side of the pool.
Are you guys doing a conclusion? Or
Yes.
conclude this thing.
Conclude this.
We almost have everybody over here.
Do you guys want to go?
I made Brendan lay down right there.
Well,
It's okay.
Alright, so that's day one of swimming. I'm just going to take you through what we did real quick. So the first thing that we did was water orientation, which I'm sure seemed very silly to you guys at the time, but basically it's for that goal of comfortability and eventually safety, because when you're more comfortable in the water, you're going to be more safe in the water to an extent. The second thing we did was independent floats, front and back, and that's an important skill for being able to be comfortable in the deep end, because you can't tread water all the time. But if you can learn how to float and float relaxed, that's a really good way to stay safe in deep water. The third thing we did was kicking both on poolside and with kickboards. And that's a basic skill that swimming really requires. And you'll see next time how that adds to freestyle, which is the first stroke that we're going to put together next week. And the last thing that we did was treading water, and obviously that's very important for being able to be safe and secure in the deep end. So that goes along with our goal of safety and comfortability. So those are the things we did today, and I guess this is your chance to ask us any questions about that, or questions about our objectives overall.
If you need any clarifications, you guys can also ask about those. Or if you have any takeaways from the day, you learned something new.
Did anyone feel more comfortable or safe after today than they did before they did today? Tyler, yeah? What skill made you feel more comfortable?
Practice two different types of treading water.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything that made them feel more comfortable in the water?
I like working on the front float.
Front float? Okay. Right on.
Yeah, I heard some people say that it really helped them feel more comfortable, and that it was almost easier to float on the front than the back. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
Oh.
Another E. aren't any questions, we're going to meet again next Tuesday. It's going to be very similar. We're going to progress a little bit further. But thank you guys for your attention.
Also, I was going to say also, if you guys just bring your goggles next class. I know this class it didn't seem like we really needed them, but next class we're going to be doing strokes, and so it'll be really helpful to have them. And also don't forget your towels.
Yeah. We'll have a few extra if you don't have them, but if you can find a pair, try to bring them. Okay?
Okay, you guys can have a seat. Stay where you are for a couple minutes.